Hello friends, today I wanted to talk about testosterone only cycles. Cycles that contain only testosterone are generally considered beginner friendly. In this video, we will cover why is that, what should be the doses of your testosterone based on your body fat percentage, what kind of side effect you can expect from such a cycle, and how to mitigate those. So let's start. So I'm going to start with a brief description of what testosterone is. Testosterone is called bioidentical hormone as it is naturally produced in our body as well. Testosterone generally comes in three popular ester chains. First is enanthate, second is saponate, and three is propionate. These are the three most commonly used ester chains. There is another version, Sustanon 250, but I don't want to cover that in this video as it's just a combination of these three ester chains in different ratios. So usually testosterone is taken in combination with other anabolic androgenic compounds where in such kind of cycles it is used as a base. A base is usually dosed at 250 milligram and above, while other androgenic and anabolic compounds are taken at much higher doses depending on what you are trying to achieve, if you're trying to bulk or if you're trying to cut. Friends, testosterone is a dirty compound. It converts to both DHT and estrogen. So as a beginner, you do not want to start at a very high dose as you do not know how your body is going to respond to testosterone, how much DHT sensitive you are, how much estrogen sensitive you are, and how you are going to react to the medications that you may take to mitigate the side effect of DHT and estrogen. You could be very sensitive to anti-estrogen. You could be very sensitive to arimidex, and you could have some severe side effects such as irritation, agitation, and even worse because it's very neurotoxic, as we already know. So you don't want to start at a very high dose with testosterone as a beginner. So now that we have covered why you should not use testosterone in higher amounts as a beginner, we will cover what should be your ideal cycle as if you're just starting out and only going to use testosterone. A dose of 150 milligram per week is considered as a true TRT dose. But as a sole anabolic compound in a cycle, you would want to start it at 300 milligram per week. And from there, as the time progresses and you hit plateau, you can increase your dose up, or you can just titrate it up if you feel that you are lacking strength or if this dose stops working on you. The reason why you don't want to start testosterone right from the start at very high amounts is because, as I said previously, it converts greatly into DHT and estrogen, and they have a very pronounced side effect on your body. Now, you may ask what these side effects could be. So, with DHT, you can experience hair loss, acne, dry skin, agitation, irritation, and masculinization effect. And with estrogen, you are bound to have oily skin, gyno, mood swings, and water retention. Now, the part water retention, that is seems to be the main side effect that most of us are concerned with, followed by gyno, because both of these affect us, our physique, and as a physique competitor or as some person who are trying to improve their look, these two things seems to be the biggest issue. And to avoid these side effects, the best way would be to control your testosterone doses. 300 milligram per week seems to be the ideal starting point for most of the people. That's why you will see on the internet, most of the trainers are recommending 300 milligram per week to their clients. If you ever go ahead and book any trainer, you will see that they will most likely going to recommend you 300 milligram per week of testosterone. So here's a side note, guys. You may find some trainers recommending 750 milligram per week of testosterone doses as some magic number where if you start at this dose, right from the beginning, you will see amazing results. Now, I'm not going to lie here. Definitely 750 milligram of testosterone is much powerful than 500 milligram or 300 milligram. And if you compare 750 milligram testosterone with 1500 milligram testosterone per week, the difference is just night and day. Definitely, there is a correlation between higher doses of testosterone and how anabolic and how much muscle you can build. But the main reason why you do not want to start at this dose is because one size does not fit all. Maybe you could have a very high body fat percentage at 750 milligram of dose of testosterone. You will experience extreme levels of aromatizing enzymes activity in your body, and you will have a huge amount of estrogen being converted in your body. You will not only see that you will get gyno and oily skin and water retention, it will also put a lot of pressure on your kidney, as your water retention is one of the main contributing factors in kidney disease. So on top of all of this, increased water retention also increases your blood pressure. High blood pressure is literally the main reason for kidney issues in men. So taking starting testosterone at a very high dose when you do not know how much body percentage you are at, or even if you are a skinny guy, you don't know how prone you are to DHT. Maybe you develop binge prostate hyperplasia. Maybe you get prostate enlargement from taking higher doses of androgen, because it converts into DHT as well, as you already know. So it definitely is not smart as a beginner to take a very high dose of testosterone right from the start. You always want to start at 300 milligram per week, or even lower if you want to, and see how much it shuts you down, how much hair fall you experience, how much acne you get. Because this is a smart way of doing things. There is always a two way of doing things. You can go reckless and take really high dose and may or may not experience severe side effect, or you could experience side effects that might ruin your entire career. So it just doesn't make any sense to start a very high dose right from the start. Now let's start with a brief touch on side effect. As I have already told you guys about the main two concerning things about testosterone is its conversion into estrogen and DHT. So I'm going to go a bit into the detail why is that and how it works, what's the mechanism of action behind it. So if you have a very high body fat percentage, you would have a large number of aromatizing enzyme in your body, as they are mainly found in adipose tissue. So if you have a high body fat percentage, you will have more more testosterone being converted into estrogen. And if you have low body fat percentage, you will have less percentage of testosterone being converted into estrogen. But there is no way to know if you are prone to androgenic side effects. For example, if you're prone to hair fall or not. You may not be experiencing hair fall right now, but as soon as you start taking testosterone, you could experience severe hair fall, or you could experience some other severe side effects that are related to androgen. So there's no telling what you would experience when you start testosterone, as testosterone will convert into both of these downstream hormones. And it's very hard to predict how your body is going to react to it. So the two main things that you should be concerned about when you're doing testosterone cycle is DHT and estrogen. For estrogen, we use anti-estrogen compounds such as arimidex, exemestane, letrozole. Letrozole is very potent in its anti-estrogenic effect. It's a suicidal anti-estrogen. So you do not want to take something as strong as letrozole. Arimidex and exemestane seems to be the choice by most users. When it comes to DHT, we use anti-androgens such as finasteride, dutasteride. Some people use topical RU5841. It comes in a topical solution that you apply on your scalp, and it locally blocks DHT in your scalp. Now, other than these two things, what you can use for DHT is a natural supplement called saw palmetto. It's a herb that is a weak anti-androgen. So it works similar to finasteride, but it is less potent than finasteride. Personally, what I have seen, that 450 milligram of raw extract of saw palmetto can reduce your DHT-related side effects if you're not prone to them. If you're prone to them, then it doesn't make sense for you to use any natural means of stopping it, or any topical solution for that matter. You would have to definitely use finasteride or dutasteride if you're like really prone to it. And I do not recommend anyone cutting corners when it comes to DHT-related side effects. Only use saw palmetto if you know that you're not too prone to DHT-related side effects, and you just need a bit of a help that saw palmetto can provide. So there is a side note here about saw palmetto, guys. Saw palmetto is a mild to moderate inhibitor of 5-alpha reductase enzyme. And what it does is that this enzyme is responsible for the conversion of testosterone to DHT in your body. Another addition to this is that it's also mildly stop the effects of SHBG, sex hormone binding globulin. Basically, your testosterone, free testosterone, gets binded in this SHBG. And when you take saw palmetto, it frees that. Same thing with provironum. Provironum is a synthetic DHT, basically. Now, I oversimplified the mechanism here of provironum increasing free testosterone, so don't take it to the bank. But when it comes to saw palmetto, it is correct that it does inhibit mildly SHBG, and you will have more free testosterone, just like you would have if you take provolone. So other than this, testosterone is a fairly safe compound as long as you're being mindful of your testosterone doses, and if you are keeping a close eye on your body for any signs of side effects that you could be getting from estrogen or DST, it should go very smoothly for most of the beginner. That's why testosterone only cycles are generally considered as beginner friendly, because there is not much you have to take care of, and also at the same time you will get familiarized with both the concept of estrogenic side effect and androgenic side effect, water retention, and how to mitigate these type of issues when you are doing cycle. So that is the reason why we call it a beginner friendly cycle. It's kind of very stepping stone for beginners to learn how androgens work in our body. So guys, that was all about testosterone. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and find it educational. If so, please do like this video and leave a comment for the sake of the algorithm. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do consider subscribing to my channel. See you soon, guys. Take care. Bye.